Welcome to COVID Cooking with the Wombat. Today we are going to make a duck breast, or as I like to call it, a besomme du canard. The reason I like to cook duck breast is a duck breast is something that most people consider restaurant food, but they're very, very easy to cook at home, and I'm going to show you how. Duck has a rich, meaty flavor that marries very well with sweet, so we're going to start cooking a sauce that's a very simple glaze that's going to taste really good with your duck. All right, so we got a pan over medium-low heat. I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil in it. Probably should have let it get a little hotter before I did that, but that's all right. I'll put a little olive oil, maybe a teaspoon, a couple teaspoons of butter. And I want to be careful here. I'm gonna put a minced clove of garlic in. Be a little careful because it'll cook fast. It has a tendency to burn if you don't pay attention to it. Kind of move it around a little bit. Just kind of let it open up and get a little fragrant. Don't want it to burn, because if it burns it tastes charred and horrible. So that's pretty good for that. And then I'm going to put, this is about a half a cup of, actually it's a third of a cup of cherry jam. And cherry is good, peach is good. I like hot pepper jelly is good too. But you can use almost any kind of jam, because this duck really is going to like the fruit. And I know it looks kind of weird and clumpy right now, but it's going to, as it cooks, this jam will kind of break down a little bit. And then I put about an equal amount of orange juice in. Give it some liquid to kind of loosen it up. It's going to have to cook before it all breaks up, but we're going to let this sit for a while and kind of cook on its own. And I put about half a teaspoon or so of salt. Same, just a little taste of Worcestershire. Swirl around a little bit. I'm going to just kind of turn the heat down on this and let it sit. And I'm also going to add just a little shake of cayenne pepper. But you don't have to. You don't have to do that. You also don't have to put garlic in it, because garlic, some people don't like it. Sometimes I don't like it, but I'm using it today. So we're going to let that cook until it kind of all that jam breaks down and it thickens up into a glaze. Okay, now for the duck. I have this breast. I'm going to score it on the fat side, kind of at an angle to make some scores. And this helps keep it. If you don't do that, it'll kind of roll up on itself while it's cooking, which is fine, but I have the glove on the wrong hand. It's fine, but it's not something that, it's just aesthetically could be a little bit, looks better if it doesn't do that. So I'm going to use the clean gloved hand for the salt. I put a little salt, I'm going to put a little pepper on both sides. And the key to cooking duck is take your duck breasts, once they've been scored and salted, and put them in a cold pan, skin side down. And then we're going to put them over medium heat. The fat will render out of the skin. It will create the cooking mixture for the duck. And as soon as they're brown, which takes about 4 minutes, you flip them over, cook them another 2, 3, 4 minutes, and they're done. It's the easiest thing in the world, easier than cooking a steak. All right, so now I've got this glaze. I've got it on the back burner on kind of like a low heat. I'm just letting it kind of just continue to cook, break down, and let that jam kind of come apart. Now I've got these guys in a cool pan on the front burner, and I'm just going to turn the heat on to medium, and I'm going to let them sit here for about 4 minutes, and we'll come back and flip them. Okay, so it's been a few minutes now. You can see this glaze is kind of glazing over a little bit, which is good. So incredibly easy to make, it's ridiculous. You can see the fat. You can see the fat has rendered out of these duck breasts. Not all of it, but a good bit of it. They're still sticking a little bit, so I'm going to give them a couple more minutes. They ought to release when they're ready. Okay, it's been a couple more minutes. These breasts are kind of getting brown. And if you wanted to, you could leave them a little bit longer. They're probably about ready to flip. I'll give them another half a minute or so. Unlike chicken, duck breast can be served medium rare. Some people like it very rare. I've had it served in France where it was rare to the point of being a little bit scary, but it was fine. It also is very good cold, so I like to take these breasts and refrigerate them and then slice them the next day, and you can make a great, delicious sandwich out of them. So this is pretty much it. We're pretty much finished. Astonishingly easy, isn't it? Don't let the restaurants fool you. Okay, so these beauties are about done. I'm going to take them off the heat, and once again, you can see this fat. Don't throw the fat away. Save it. Pour it in a glass container or jar or something. Use it to cook your potatoes. You won't be sorry. So here it is, our nicely browned duck breast. It's browned on both sides. Hopefully it's a little bit medium. You may like that. I like it a little bit more rare than this, but that's okay. I'm not really plating as if I were having a dinner party, but you know, put a few pieces on here. Thusly, enjoy a little bit of this nice, sweet, kind of cayenne peppery glaze. So there it is, duck breast a la Wombat. It is delicious and sweet and savory with a little spice. Voila! Thanks for joining me in the Wombat Burrow for COVID Cooking with the Wombat. Hope you enjoy.